What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome to another video. It's currently 5 minutes to 1 a.m. on Wednesday the 4th of October, but we're going to be looking at Tuesday's price action today. And yeah, here we have a daily chart of the DXY. This light blue is the monthly fair value gap. I've marked out the 50% level of that you can see we're just getting dragged up towards. I've marked out the buy side liquidity resting above this swing high that I'm expecting price to want to draw to, and then I've also marked out the fair value gap on the daily resting above that in blue here. I've also marked out the fair value gap here that we've just created after Tuesday's price action. And yeah, when we're looking at Tuesday's price action and then looking at what we're expecting for Wednesday. First of all though, let me look at the news releases, because I know payroll is tomorrow. This week, sorry. But tomorrow we do have some quite high impact news releases, such as high PMI and S&P numbers, etc. So I can imagine the indices are going to be quite volatile. But yeah, let's get straight into things. This fair value gap, I'm expecting it to act bullishly. I wouldn't be surprised if price made the low tomorrow today here, respected the 50% level, and then use that to then push higher and run up into that buy side liquidity we have here. So let me just mark out the 50% level, and obviously we have this bullish order block there as well, which is makes it high probability that when price trades down into this fair value gap, so long as it respects the 50% level of it, which is consequent encroachment, we can then anticipate an expansion to the upside. So if we drop down to the 4 hour, we can see we're quite consolidated today. But yeah, I'd like to see price come down into the fair value gap, and then after grabbing these stops, turn around and push higher. This fair value gap specifically I like the look of, but we do actually have a breaker down here that we haven't traded to. This little swing here, low, high, lower, low, and then we break higher. Technically that's a breaker, so price could come down and touch that and then move higher. Might want to look at that on the hourly. So that's one thing to take into consideration, so I will draw that out as well. This is a breaker, so if price gets, animated, it will, like I said, it will come all the way down, it will touch that and move higher. However, I have got my eyes on this 50% level specifically, and here we also have a bearish order block that it could find support on. So yeah, overall I just want to see if price can come down into this breaker or fair value gap and then grab stops and use that to then turn around. But this range here we should keep our eyes on, as like I said, I believe price will want to touch that before pushing higher. Where to specifically? This buy side liquidity and potentially the fair value gap if it wants to be very animated. But you can see we're in a consolidation, so what we're waiting on is the manipulation and then the expansion, and that's what I'm expecting in tomorrow's price action. So let's go straight to GBP. We can go to the daily. You can see there's been a daily fair value gap created as well, and we also have this swing low over here that I want to see if price can expand down into. Same logic, I'd like to see price come up into the fair value gap, respect the 50% level to show bearishness, and then use that to then turn around and be short for the rest of the day. So we can just mark out that 50% level now, like so. And yeah, we can drop down to 4 hour. Again, quite a consolidated day. We created this swing high, and this swing high looks very lovely, as in I would love to see this high get taken. I can imagine there's a lot of stops up there, so price will want to grab that and then break lower. Also, as it's grabbing that, it'll be rebalancing with this wick here, which is perfect for price action. So let's see if we can see that tomorrow. Again, that consolidation, come up, fair value gap. There's a little fair value gap here, very small, but we'll mark that out as the target. we'll see how price respects that in the new day, and that'll give us a nice sell-off for the rest of the day into that south side liquidity as a target. Then obviously underneath this low, we do have this fair value gap. The low is actually in the fair value gap, but I'm going to make it lighter blue. Let's make it 25%. I don't want it to be too bright there, so it'd be nice to see us touch that and then expand low to the downside and rush into that south side liquidity and potentially fill this fair value gap. So that's all on GBP, nothing too crazy. Again, very consolidated day, very consolidated, and I want to see, like I said, manipulation and then expansion to the downside. Let's now look at euro. Excuse me. We're looking at lows, aren't we? Well, with euro, like I said, in terms of lows, we have this south side here, which we're basically already at, which is gonna which I want to obviously see get taken. After that, it would be this low. In terms of what significant lows we have, let me see on the 4 hour if there's anything. You see a lot of liquidity has already been, a lot of these targets are very low down, and I've been saying this for a while. That's why euro's a little bit confusing to me, so I don't really want to say too much. But in all honesty, my expectations for the week are similar. We do have a much bigger fair value gap up here that price may want to trade into. In order to take this high out, I might want to trade up here and then sell off after that. So again, same logic that I just applied to GBP. We'll see if price can crawl up into the fair value gap and offer us an entry. We do have a breaker here, high, low, high, high, and then we break lower. So this swing here is actually a breaker. Let's see on the 4 hour if it's still there. That is a breaker up there, but whether price can reach up there or not is another story. We'd have to see some significant strength for that to be possible, so I don't really want to make that too likely. But in terms of the daily fair value gap that is created, if we just mark out the 50% level of it, we can see where we want to see price find resistance, because it's unlikely for it to want to fill the fair value gap. Why is it unlikely for us to want to fill the fair value gap? Because we're bearish. So it needs to show resistance within it, and it will do that at the midpoint, which is consequent encroachment, and there's a beautiful fair value gap here that price can fill as we want to turn around. So yeah, we'll see if we can do that. And yeah, that's honestly, guys, been a short video, but that's everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.